Cindric is going to bring them to the line way up high to block Ryan Blaney, and at the line, Cindric beats Bubba Wallace by half a car length, and they crash.
The Great American Race, the Daytona 500, coming up this weekend. You'll see it right here on Fox 13. Austin Cindric attempting to become just the 5th repeat winner in history, but a driver with ties to Snohomish County looking to win the Daytona 500 for the first time. Joining us now, the driver of the Spire Motorsports number 77 car, Ty Dillon. And Ty, we found you in a familiar place to you, right in the driver's seat.
Yeah, sitting here in the car in Daytona. Beautiful weather out here today, and having a good weekend so far. But I'm excited to be talking to you guys. Obviously, Washington State and the Seattle area means a lot to our family, and we're excited to go out and have fun at Daytona 500.
And you do have strong ties to Western Washington. Fans around here have been following your career since your days racing at the Monroe Speedway. Talk about those ties here to Western Washington and how you kind of got started here.
Yeah, actually, I was born and raised in North Carolina, but I met my beautiful wife when we were about 19, and she's from the Seattle area. She went to Monroe High School, and so by the time we got married, we actually have a residence now in Snohomish County, and we went by going to a lot of the fairs there at Evergreen Speedway, and actually 2 years ago, I got to race for the first time on the Speedway and have a lot of fun. And during our off season, we don't have a very large one, but we spend most of our time in Snohomish and in Seattle. So it's our home away from home. We have so much family and friends. So, it's always fun to have, I call it my second home, and hopefully have a pretty good fan base there too.
So racing is the family business. Your dad's a team manager, former NASCAR driver, your brother Austin on the circuit as well. So what's it like growing up with racing in your blood?
Yeah, it was definitely hard to avoid. I tried to play other sports, but I got outgrown pretty quick. And luckily, being in a race car size doesn't really help your performance that much. But, whatever it was in our blood, I got to drive a race car for the first time, and it clicked for me. And I've enjoyed this career and this life that's given me so many blessings over many years, very much. And, yeah, it's cool to be able to compete in the top series of racing with your brother and kind of go head-to-head. And we're probably more competitive with each other than we are on anybody else on the track.
So how does that sibling rivalry play out on the track and in the pits?
Oh, we definitely want to beat each other no matter what. That's typically our first goal. For whatever reason, we seem to pick up the pace a little bit around each other, but it's also nice to have your brother out there to communicate not only about racing things, but career-wise and outside the car, and have him to bounce ideas off of. But we certainly we want the best for each other, as long as he finishes second to me and he can still have a good day.
Your best finish at Daytona, 6th. So talk about Daytona. What makes this race so special?
Yeah, I think this is my 9th start in the Daytona 500, and this is our Super Bowl. We'll have probably 250,000 people here for the race in Daytona. It's the start of our season, but it's our biggest race, and this race changes lives and changes careers, and it means so much to everybody in our sport. So if we can go out and get the job done, it's going to be quite a big moment for my career and our race team.
Well, Ty Dillon, I know Western Washington is going to be pulling for you on Sunday. Good luck at Daytona.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Good stuff. And do not zoom and drive. You normally drive and zoom, but don't zoom and drive. All right. We'll chat with you later. Thank you, sir. And the Daytona 500 coming up this Sunday. Our coverage starts at 11:30 right here on Fox 13.